Hey everybody. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, this computer has a mind of its own. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I'm back over on Restream. And I'm not really for sure if you guys can hear me. Okay. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Please. Alright, hold on just a second. If y'all haven't hit the like, please do so. I know these type of lives, we don't get a lot of likes and views, and I don't do it for that, but I think the more likes we get, the more it gets in the algorithm or whatever it's called, and more people are able to watch them. So if y'all can hit the like, please, I would really appreciate it. And subscribe. It really means a lot. Okay, so this is a live that we normally, okay, thank you guys. This is a live that we normally, this is kind of like an awareness live, a support live. We do a lot of mental health for people that are new in here. We do a lot of mental health. You can go back and look at all my videos. There's a bunch. I've covered a lot of mental health. I'm somebody that suffers with mental health real bad, and I just felt like that I needed to support people and bring awareness to things and let people know that they're not alone. Plus, we do karaoke on the weekends, so we bring awareness and support, and then we turn it into a positive with music. So that's what we do here for people that are new. I welcome you. I hope you are doing well. All right, so tonight is Healing 1,000 Different Ways, Part 2. Now, about a month ago, I did Part 1, so if y'all want to go back and watch a Part 1, it goes hand in hand with this Part 2. So that way you have the whole, it's actually, let me turn this off for just a second, and I'll tell you guys, I know this, I can't stand Restream, but anyway, here is the book that we are reading. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But this is a book we're reading. And we read half of it on Part 1. And we're going to read the other half. Dang it. We're going to read the other half on Part 2. So. And I will show you guys the pictures and the topics and everything. And these are actually, I got this from a Christian facility. Which is not, I'm not, you believe what you want to believe. And that's perfectly fine. But this was a Christian facility. It's called Unity. And these were just little booklets they gave me. They gave me this one. And then they gave me another book, which I will have Part 2. I have a Part 2 to this one coming up, I think, in February. But I'll show you guys a picture. Part 2. Spiritual Wisdom of Pets. Like little stories about pets and what they've done to kind of help your life and stuff like that. But they're not real big books. They're just little books. So I did a Part 1, and I'll be doing a Part 2 on that one soon. But I'm doing a Part 2 on this one tonight. So I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. Alright, so we're going to be going over 1,000 different ways to healing. You are not alone. This is healings, stories, readings, support, awareness, mental health, well-being, life, PTSD. You are not alone. So let me go in and say hello to everybody. For some reason, Restream canceled out on my Facebook, so I had to go back in and sign on my Facebook before it would even let me go live. So that's what I was dealing with. Crazy thing. It's crazy. Anyway. Hello, Miss Julie. Good to see you. Hope you are well, darling. Hello, Denise. Good to see you, honey. Hope you are well. Lisa. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Summer Thunder. Good to see you. Hope you're well, darling. Hello, Bobby Joe. Good to see you. I hope you are well, my friend. I think these are really, really good little stories. Or not. I mean, these type of lives, I try not to make laugh. I'm trying not to make them very long because I understand people have to go to work. People got to get up in the morning, get their youngins on the bus for school. So I try not to make these very long. Plus, it's a lot of reading, and I don't want to bore people. But I think it's very important what we go over. And, just share it out with your friends and family, and they might be able to learn something. It's all about supporting one another and letting people know that they're not alone in this world. Hello, Beagle Mom. Good to see you, darling. I hope you are well. I hope Jim's doing okay. You guys, please lift Beagle Mom's brother up in your prayers. He's still in the hospital. He had quadruple bass. I'm probably saying that wrong, but heart surgery. We'll just do it like that because I can't never pronounce it correctly. And he's having his good and bad days. So just please say a special prayer for Jim and Beagle Mom. Jim is Beagle Mom's brother. All right, guys. So let's get this show on the road. I will show you guys what we're going to be covering first. Excuse me. All right. So this one is called Recovery from Addiction. Recovery from Addiction. And this is what it looks like. There we go. That's what we're going to be covering right now. And there's a picture. I think the pictures are pretty. Recovery from Addiction. Okay, so here we go. It says, my healing journey has spanned a lifetime and covered all aspects of my being, physical, emotional, and spiritual in nature. I was born to two non-practicing Catholics. My father was an Irish boy from the wrong side of the tracks, and my mother a good Catholic girl from uptown. My father could not keep his life or family together, primarily because he could not drink. He wore his self-disappointed like a heavy coat 2 sizes too big, and no matter what he tried, the coat wouldn't come off. He became increasingly angry and drank more and more. He began beating my mother after the birth of my youngest sister. My siblings and I were terrorized daily by the and tension in our home, never knowing what to expect. I know that from, I've never read these, so we're reading these together, guys. So I apologize if it's a trigger warning for anybody. We're learning together. Like I said, I've never ever read these. When I got them, I wanted to read them with you guys. So we're learning this together. We're hearing these stories together. So I apologize if it is a trigger warning. It's not my intention. I'm just trying to bring, awareness to these little stories. And like I said, it's healing 1,000 different ways. So hopefully it brings some peace to somebody and let them know that it's okay. Let's see. My siblings and I were terrorized daily by the and tension in our home, never knowing what to expect. At 15, I left home for the next decade. I spiraled down a destructive vortex of drugs and alcohol, as well as emotional and physical It seemed I had both my mother and my father. I lived for my addiction and was only able to be around people who hated me, at least as much as I hated myself. Drugs and alcohol ruled my life, thoughts, beliefs, and actions over and over again. I swept aside guilt and shame as I continued to lower the bar for what was too far down to go. Although I didn't know it at the time, I was trying to numb the pain. I constantly felt and quiet the committee inside my head that assured me I was not worthy of a life any greater than the one I was living. The only possible way out of the hole in which I had buried myself was through a spiritual way of life. But what 25-year-old wants to turn to God? Apparently one who has nowhere else to run. I had tried everything. I knew to manage my life, but nothing freed me from the bondage in which I had placed myself. I had finally hit bottom, so I surrendered. I have been working a program of recovery since June 18th, 1985. This has brought about healing in every aspect of my being. Every day I have the opportunity to be born again as a new person, to change my life by changing my thoughts, leading to new beliefs and altered actions. I am like the blind man in John 9:8 through 9, whose neighbors and friends no longer recognized him after Jesus restored his sight. The neighbors and those who had seen him before as a beggar began to ask, "Is this not the man who used to sit and beg?" Some were saying, "It is he." Others were saying, "No, but it is someone like him." He kept saying, "I am the man." This is me, healed, whole, and healthy, grateful to be a service to God and those around me. I look back on the decade of wandering in the desert and can see now how God as principle was working in my life in my humaneness. I kept waiting to show myself to God when I felt worthy, But I'm reminded of the powerful verse in Matthew 5:45. He makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the righteous and on the unrighteous. All things are available to each of us every moment of every day. Now this is practice. It says, in my recovery, many practices have kept me in check and helped me continue forward in my spiritual journey. Recovery, literature, and meetings. Spending time with others in recovery, as well as daily prayer and meditation. All these tools help me develop an understanding of myself, God, and ones. But the practice that has propelled my spiritual evolution most has been a relationship with a prayer partner who is dear friend in recovery. Several mornings a week, we begin each conversation by sharing whatever may be heavy on our hearts or minds. This is an immediate opportunity to look honestly at what may be standing in the way of receiving my good, blocking the flow of sunlight of the Spirit. This connection provides me with the structure each day to have a serious moment of reflection, to be held accountable by another person, and to be given an opportunity to humbly admit any troublesome ideas or feelings. It allows my heart and mind to release that which needs to be released, and then be open to receive. This practice, above all others, has kept me steadily moving forward towards daily demonstration of the Christ that I truly am. Reverend Roxanne Graves is a senior minister at Unity on the Space Coast in Titusville, Florida. So I hope y'all like that one story. We got a few more, but that's what they are, guys. So I'm hoping that y'all enjoyed that one so far. And that one was called Recovery from Addiction. And I hope that one was, you guys liked that one. Okay, so I think a lot of people are suffering with this right now, but hopefully it will get better. But I think a lot of people are suffering with this next one. So here's the next one. Sorry about that, guys. Healing Our Finances. Healing Our Finances. And there's a picture. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys could see that. Healing Our Finances. Okay. This is the next one. By Rick Schumacher. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but I want to give credit where credit's due, you know. Okay, see, healing is often thought to be restoration of the mind and body to its natural state of health. That's a good but limited definition. I believe the process of healing is coming into the awareness of divine energy that is everywhere present, and specifically present in areas of life where the energy is unacknowledged. When this energy is unacknowledged, healing can spring forth. This broader definition allows us to apply the spiritual principles of healing to our financial lives. Some people have been hesitant to pray for financial security. When we come to the realization that divine energy is present in every area of our lives, we come to know that we are the rich, children of a loving Father, and heirs to the kingdom of good here and now. This realization eliminates any hesitancy. We need wait no longer to prosper. Healing of finances is becoming aware of divine energy within us and acknowledging it as a source of all our good in its fullness. Poet Robert Browning wrote of opening out a way whence the imprisoned splendor may escape. Healing of finances is to release the flow of divine energy within us. It is good to pray for financial security, and better to pray for a closer relationship with our loving Father. Through prayer, we deepen our awareness and understand of the divine energy within. As we open ourselves to the expression of this divine energy, things change for the better, and new blessings flow into our lives. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote, "Though I give you mountains of money, it would be nothing compared with awakening in you of spiritual understanding. According to spiritual law, the deeper our awareness of And the greater our focus on expressing divine energy, the greater is our spiritual understanding. According to spiritual law, good flows to us and through us to meet our every financial need. We are financially secure. Let me fix my light, guys. I'm having a hard time seeing. Hold on just a minute. I really am. I think my eyes are messing with me. There, I can see a little bit better now. Alright. And this is the practice. How deeply grateful we are for the blessings we have received and will continue to receive as we remain open to the flow of divine energy. Gratitude keeps the channels open and the energy flowing. To stay focused on increasing your understanding and growing awareness of divine energy, stay grateful. An affirmative prayer practice is helpful. My prayer practice includes these powerful affirmations because gratitude keeps the energy flowing. I give thanks that I am rich child of a loving Father, heir to the kingdom of good here and now. I give thanks that I'm open, receptive, and responsive to the wisdom and inspiration of Spirit. Spiritual understanding is now mine. I give thanks that all channels of supply are open to me now. I give thanks that new doors of good are open to me now, and I go forth with a confident spirit to claim my good. Reverend Rick Schnauzer is a retired minister in Ohio and founder of Group 12 Productions, LLC. Alrighty. That was that one. I think these are good little stories. I really do. Like I said, I know a lot of people don't come in here because it's boring and people need entertainment, but I think these are really good to go over. So, y'all can always go back and rewatch them. Alright, so here's our next one. It's called Every Prayer is for Healing by Lisa Colburn. Alright, let me show you guys the... Oh, my Lord. Every prayer is for healing. Maybe y'all can see it. I don't know why my... There we go. Every prayer is for healing. And there's a picture. I don't know why. I don't know if it's dirty. It's not very clear. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so here we go. As a prayer chaplain in the Unity congregation, I have held the hands of people seeking help for a variety of challenges. A dying parent, an addicted child, a bankruptcy. Others came with prayers of gratitude for a new baby, a reconciliation, a physical healing. In each case, we begin by bowing our heads and affirming God as the one presence and one power, the perfect love from which we can never be separate. I believe that no matter what we pray, fundamentally, we are asked to be healed from any sense of separation from the God of our being. I found author Anne Lamott's 3 categories of essential prayer, help, thanks, and wow, to be useful as it means of exploring what we are really asking or affirming when we pray. It says, this is a verse. It says out of Mark 9:24. It says, immediately the father of the child cried out, I believe, help my unbelief. This father's cry is perhaps the most potent prayer of the Bible. This is the prayer of so many of us on our darkest days. When there has been a diagnosis, an accident, a death. We are on our knees, not in devotion but desperation. In Unity, we teach the practice of affirmative prayer, remembering the one presence and power of love, and affirming it is at work in every situation, no matter how dire the appearance. But whether we cry out from the agony of our heart, like this Father, or have the presence of mind to practice affirmative prayer, we are ultimately praying to heal the illusion of separation from God. In that sense, every prayer is a prayer for healing, to remember who we truly are. That verse was for help. This one is a little saying for thanks. If the only prayer you say in your entire life is thank you, that would be sufficient. The first time I read this quote from the 13th century German mystic Meister Eckhart, tears sprang to my eyes. Yes, I thought it can be that easy. If you consider all the times your own heart has swelled with gratitude, you know you have turned in the frequency of divine. Every time you give thanks, you strengthen your feelings of connection with God. And when you give freely of your time, talents, and treasure from this place of abundance, you do your part to create heaven on earth. Who wouldn't want more of that? And this is a wow. Awe is why we are here. Anne Lamott. We all know that feeling that comes over us when we stand before the magnificent vista, marvel at the innocence of a baby's gummy smile, or have a sudden flash of understanding the divinity of all things. In The World and Time, author Elizabeth Gray Venning describes such moments this way. For a fleeting second, my cramped and stiffed heart knew again the happiness that is of the universe and not of itself and its possessions. You're fine, Lisa, honey. You can just listen. When we say wow, we give ourselves over to the holy, and our awareness is expanded. We simultaneously, some of these words are hard for me to say, guys. I apologize. Understand both our own insignificance and the truth that we are an integral part of a very fabric of life. We are here right now with our own part to play in the world. And really, isn't that amazing? Help, thanks, wow. 3 pathways to touch the divine within and heal our lives. The paraphrase, our way shower Jesus. May we know the truth of our oneness with God, and may it set us free. Here's the practice. There's 3 different practices, guys. Yes, 3 different, and these are how they're done, and we're going to go over them together. Okay, this is practice help. If you're struggling, pour your demands, complaints, and anguish into your journal. You may write a letter to God, make a list, or just say help. Once you've done so, read through what you've written and take a few minutes in silence. Then pick up your pen again and write. This time, releasing each item and divine mind and affirming that only the highest and best come to pass. Thanks. As Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore said, we increase whatever we praise. What would you like more of in your life? Write your thanks for all abundance, both seen and unseen. Writing them down integrates them and gives them more power. Be as specific as you can. That's exactly right, Julie, honey. Power of prayer, absolutely, darling. The next one is wow. The poet Mary Oliver was I don't know that word. Succinct. Succinct. I don't know. Instructions for living a life. Pay attention. Be astonished. Tell about it. Her poetry is beloved the world over, in part because she teaches us how to see the beauty and wonder in everything, even snails or snakes. Tell yourself in your journal about the moments you felt awe or wonder, and cultivate your capacity to experience even more of them. Lisa Coburn is a writer and a creativity coach who leads creative writing and journaling workshops in Northern Virginia. Excuse me, guys. Let me get a sip of drink. I'll be right back. Alright, and this one says, make time for healing. So let me show you guys the picture. We got a few more, guys, so I'm trying not to speed through them, but I'm trying to get them all done, and that way the live's not massively long. And if you want to go back and reread them and listen to them with me, you're perfectly fine. I appreciate you guys being in here. I really do. Okay, here's the next one. This one's called Make Time for Healing. Oh, my Lord. I don't know why it's not. There it is. Make time for healing. And there's a picture. Make time for healing. This one's by Reverend, excuse me, Reverend Karen Romstan. As we go about our daily lives, we may notice feeling offended or hurt by the words and actions of another. We may feel a surge of anger or defensiveness as a result of hurt feelings. We may also feel the wounds of the past rising again for deeper healing. Our heart may feel tender and bruised. When we experience these thoughts and feelings, it is a message, an invitation to create a time of healing, whether it is in a small offense or a gaping wound. Pausing to allow healing positively supports our spiritual healing, growth, and expansion. However, in our busy days, it may feel impossible to stop throughout the day to deeply explore what is moving in our hearts and minds at any given moment. Having a consistent mindfulness practice allows for feelings to be recognized as they arise, without resistance, and by loving what is, we can honor all our feelings and welcome them into the wholeness. Slowing our pace throughout the day creates a space to honor all that moves us in any given moment, without judgment or critique. We simply notice the things that are residing within and the thoughts that are tumbling through our mind. When we recognize a need for healing in the course of our day, we might set aside time to spend to the needs of our heart, just as we would make an appointment with a medical doctor, counselor, spiritual director, or holistic healer. Take a moment to mark the calendar or set a time electronically to sit with whatever need for healing is calling for attention. When we enter the designated time for healing, we can nurture the places that feel hurt and bring light to all that is beneath the surface of those feelings. Gently and compassionately acknowledge the need for healing. When we set aside time for releasing, forgiving, and healing, we may notice later our interactions with others become richer and more meaningful. We are able to live more authentically and be vulnerable with others from a place of wholeness. When we acknowledge the deeper beliefs that are resting in our subconscious mind and bring them to our awareness, we create a space to explore the gift that may be waiting or the lesson to be learned. We can learn to be gentle and compassionate with ourselves, just as we would be a treasured friend. It is always wise to allow Spirit to guide us in a time of contemplation and discernment, to know what wants to be healed and what spiritual practice we may use. And here's the practice on that one, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this one. If y'all haven't, please hit the like. I really appreciate it. Share it out and subscribe. Now here's the practice for this one. Make a conscious commitment to mindful living that includes pausing throughout the day to check in with what you are thinking and feeling at any given moment. One way to notice what is moving within is to pause as you cross each threshold from one space to another during the day. When you find the feelings of hurt or woundedness, explore what is beneath them. It may not be possible to devote sufficient time for exploration in the moment. When necessary, schedule a time later in the day or within the next 2 days to deeply explore what captured your attention for healing. Honor the practices of compassionate listening and gentleness with a forgiveness process that works for you. If desired, release what is ready to be let go of with a burning bowl or other ritual that is meaningful. Allow the gift of reaching out to a trusted spiritual companion or counselor if needed or desired. Getting back on the wagon. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what discernment is, Miss Julie. I'm just, like I said, I'm just reading this. There's some of these I don't fully understand. I don't really know what discernment is. I'm not really for sure. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I'm reading it to you guys, so I don't really know what discernment is. That's exactly right. I'm just reading this, so like I'm hoping discernment is good. I'm not really for sure. I don't know what some of these words mean, guys. I'm just reading it with you guys. So if you know what discernment is, Miss Julie, please let me know, because I have no idea. It sounds bad. It might be good. I just don't know. Just the way it says. I don't know. All right. So this one is getting back on the wagon. Getting back on the wagon. And then there's birds and flowers. Getting back on the wagon. All right, so getting back on the wagon, guys. We only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We got 4 left, guys. The Lord is our strength and our healer. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so this one is Getting Back on the Wagon by Reverend Margot Ford. I hope you guys are enjoying this so I hope you guys are enjoying this so well. Lord, I can't even talk. I hope you guys are enjoying these so far. Lord have mercy. See, I can't even talk. But like I said, guys, we're going through this together, so we're kind of learning together. Bringing awareness to this, but I think, in a way, this is kind of, I think these are good. We'll stop for just a second and talk for just a minute. I'm trying to clear my throat out a little bit. Sorry. I think these are kind of like, I mean, these are excellent little books. They're not real long, but it's great that we were able to make 2 parts out of each of these little books. I wish I had more. Maybe that I can go on the website. Maybe they'll send me more, and then we could keep on doing this. Because I think, a few of you guys like it, which I really appreciate it. So, I mean, if I could get some more, we will definitely do it. I will try my very best, Yes, this book that I'm reading, which I don't throw nothing on nobody, but it came from a Unity church. And it said healing 1,000 different ways, and I thought that went hand in hand with what we cover, as in support, awareness, spirituality. I don't throw religion on nobody. People believe what they want to believe. I support everybody, whatever. That's your own personal beliefs. But now this one is, it is Christian context. A good majority of it, I do believe. And I think they're really good. They're really good because they're life stories. And, it's talking about what happened in this person's life or how they feel about whatever topic is that I'm showing you guys on the screen. So, Yeah, I really didn't know what discernment meant. I was like, gosh, I hope this is nothing bad. I would feel terrible I'm reading out of this, Bible. I mean, not Bible, but I'm reading out of this book. See, I'm all over the place. I'm reading out of this book, and I was like, oh, man, I hope discernment is not a bad word. Oh, I love Chicken Soup for the Soul stories. I love them. If I could get a hold of those books, oh, I would read to you guys. I love those books. And I would read them with you guys, even if I'm reading them a million times. Those books are amazing. Yeah, now growing up, like I said, we're taking a break for just a minute, and then I'll get back to the story, I promise. Growing up, as a kid, that used to be a preacher's daughter, but we're not even going to go there because this is good. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but I read a lot of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books, and they're amazing. Like I said, I would love to get my hands on some of them because I would read them to you guys, and we could learn the stories together. I think they're amazing. I don't care not one bit. I mean, I know maybe not a whole lot of people will come in and listen, but they'll be there, and you can always go back and listen to them. But I think they've come out with a bunch of chicken soup for the story books. I know when I was a child, when I was a little girl, there was a bunch of them. So I'm sure that they're still coming out with them. I'm sure. Yes, I would absolutely love to do that, Julie. But I want to be able to. I don't want to do it on Wednesdays because I don't want to mess with nobody else's Bible schedule. Because I know Days has a Bible schedule on Wednesdays, or Bible study. I'm sorry. Days 276 has a Bible study on Wednesdays, and so does Joe. So I wouldn't care not one bit because this is kind of what it is a little bit anyway. It's stories, and then it has text from the Bible. So I wouldn't care to do that. But I would like to find maybe like a devotional, and I have my Bible, but then have a devotional because like some people have a hard time understanding the Bible because there's like specific words, long words, you don't know what they are. Like I didn't know what discernment was. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. It's little things like that. And I think I need to get my hands on like a devotional or something like that. I think that you might be able to order a devotional. I don't know. I need to look into it. Or if you guys know anything, let me know. If there's like any like free devotionals that you can get and we can go over them together. Or if there's, just anything, I don't care not one bit to do this. And a lot of people say they like to hear me read and it's comforting to them. So, I mean, I don't care to do that. Yeah, I really like Chicken Soup for the Soul because it's real life stories. Plus it has scripture with it. So it's like, that's really, it's really good. Oh, I would love that. I don't think I've ever heard that one. I don't think I've ever heard that one somewhere. Yeah, if y'all by chance find them and they're not really expensive, just send me the link and let me know. I had them growing up as a child, and like I said, chicken soup. I can't even talk. Chicken Soup for the Soul. I don't know if my mom's got any more or not. I might have to call her and ask her because she wouldn't care to let me borrow them so I could read them to you guys, and we could talk about it. I don't know if she does. I don't know if she does or not. Yeah, either way, I mean, we're still covering the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care not one bit to do it. It's just, I just didn't want to step over, so it would have to be either Monday or Tuesday that we get these done because I don't want to, go over and, I'm not like that. I don't want to step on somebody else's show, what I mean? Especially if I'm just starting out with it, So, but if my mom has any, like I said, and we've moved so many times in my lifetime, if she has any of those books, because my mom is a massive reader, so she might actually have some chicken soup books. That would be really good. That would be really good. All right, so this one is Getting Back on the Wagon by Reverend Margot Ford, like I just showed you guys just a few minutes ago. I am Miss Julie. I'm doing better, though, because I have a hard time. Now, I went to the doctor today, and I asked him because I checked my breathing, and I said, do you hear, ooh, that would be a good one, Summer Thunder. Do you hear any more pneumonia? And I said, no, I had pneumonia a couple weeks ago. I took my antibiotics. Do you hear anymore in my left lung? That's where she heard it. And she said she didn't hear. She heard a little wheezing, but it's because I'm coughing and I'm smoking and I'm still got congestion. But she said that she did not hear any pneumonia. So that medicine did help. Thank the good Lord above. Thank you guys so much for the prayers. But it's just a cough that lingers, unfortunately. So I kind of have to watch it. I kind of have to baby it so it don't turn back into it. You know, it's kind of a scary thing. Cough's always worst to go. It's the last to go. But if you don't control it, it could come back and hit you with pneumonia again. And I don't want to go through that because it was really rough on me. It's still rough on me at nighttime with the coughing and stuff, but it's not nearly as bad as what it was. Yeah, I would really, I'm definitely interested in that devotional Summer Thunder. That's really cool. Yes, angels among us. I mean, I think this is all really interesting things. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry guys. It says, groping for the doorknob and fumbling with his keys, he tried to open the front door. He finally made his way into the house, falling onto the floor in the hallway. His last thought before passing out was the realization that he had just blown 3 years of sobriety, if I can say that correctly, guys. 4 blocks from his home, a siren sounded and an EMT scrambled from an ambulance to render aid to a woman in a coma. Her husband had called 911 when his wife slipped from her chair onto the kitchen floor. Terrified her fall was related to her diabetes. His explanations to the EMTs were barely intelligible. In truth, she had been a diabetic for 15 years, but in the recent past ignored her dietary parameters, eating far beyond the recommended allowances with sweet treats on a daily basis. The woman's neighbor watched anxiously as the EMTs lifted her into the ambulance, started the siren, and sped off towards the hospital. Then she picked up the phone and dialed a familiar number, a number she had resisted calling for nearly a year. She began sobbing when he answered, tearfully telling him about her neighbor, and then once again begging him to please come back. She pushed aside thoughts of how hard she had worked with her therapist to finally be free of her need for him, and she continued to cry and plead. All right, thank you, Julie. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Each of these scenarios may remind you of the situations in your own life when you made a commitment to change in a significant way because you recognized some aspect of your life needed healing. Healing isn't just about a cure or abatement of an illness, but also restoration to physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Healing often means letting go of behaviors and habits that keep you from expressing your best, truest self. Perhaps some time ago, you promised yourself you'd lose weight or work out faithfully, stop drinking, or diminish your codependency issues. Whatever the case, you recognized a need to heal some risky or unhealthy behaviors and decided to make changes in your life to heal whatever kept you from being totally well. Like the people in the above scenarios, you may have done a magnificent job of staying on your own program or following your plan for a period of time, then derailed, discouraged by your lapse. You may even have decided to give up. Yet, that still small voice inside keeps gently urging you to try again, despite obstacles you believe hold you captive and limit your ability to get you back on track. You can do it. You have all the strength, wisdom, power, and courage within you to resume the challenge. If you fall off the wagon, you don't need to start over from the beginning. Just get back on the path where you slipped. It may not be easy, but once you decide you need, only take that first right step. Gradually, the rest becomes a little easier. Okay? This is a practice. First, acknowledge your need for ongoing healing. Resist shaming and blaming yourself for past lapse. Journal your past accomplishments to reinforce the idea that you can do it again. Strengthen your resolve through prayer and meditation as you turn within for guidance and answers. Continue to journal your progress. Note obstacles you overcame and describe your pleasure in not giving in. Ask a close confidence to support your efforts in most ways helpful to you. Identify triggers that tempt you to slip so you can consciously avoid them. Reward yourself for each small step in your healing process. Time with a friend, listening to favorite music, something you really enjoy. Remember, you have wisdom, strength, and power within to maintain your progress. Give thanks for the gifts of willingness, determination, and courage that support you on your journey to healing, health, and wholeness. Reverend Margot Ford is a minister at Unity Spiritual Center of Waco, Texas. Alright, guys. I hope you guys like that one. Okay, the next one. And most of us, I think I always say, music is healing. It's great. It makes you feel good. It's got all the feel good vibes. So this one is called Music's Healing Properties. Music's Healing Properties. Click on it. Music's Healing Properties. There's a picture. I don't know why that's so bright. It's crazy. This one's by Juan Del Hierro. Most of us have experienced music healing power and continue to seek it out, especially in moments of pain or grief. We turn on the radio or play some of our favorite music during breakups, difficulties at work, or simply when our problems seem to be getting the best of us. We know that music can soothe and heal us, and may be one of the oldest healing modalities known to human beings. The use of music therapy is commonplace at hospitals, rehabilitative facilities, nursing homes, and other places where people need to release stress, alleviate pain, or enhance their own feelings of wellness. I used to take my son to music therapy sessions for toddlers, which were designed to promote positive feelings and improve connection. When my adopted son Lucas was just a few weeks old, I would lay him next to me listening to positive musics from some of my favorite New Thought artists and a few pop artists like India Ari and Jason Mraz. The lyrics were more than words. They were affirmations. The music was more than notes. It was the harmonious coming together of sounds that reminded me of the harmony always available deep within me. Those afternoons spent together are some of my favorite memories of that time. As I think back on it, I can almost feel the healing take place, healing his rocky start in life and healing my fears and uncertainty as a new father. A few years earlier, I read Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore on his power of music. He shared that while affirmations were powerful, they were made even more powerful when put into music. He explained that the music's vibrations acted like a tuning fork, breaking through some of our most hardened beliefs in limitation and our feelings of being separate from God. It brought me back to an experience from my late teens that it was a turning point for me. When I was about 19 years old, I was dealing with a lot of family issues, and quite honestly, I felt lost and alone. I remember it so vividly. Driving down University Drive in my parents' silver Chevy Astro minivan, feeling down on myself and where I was in life. In many ways, I was having a dark night of soul. I was simply doing it while going 45 miles per hour in a residential zone. While tears ran down my face, something moved me to play Let It Be by the Beatles. Slowly, The words and the music began to penetrate into my soul. I kept playing the song and began to sing along. It was then that I could feel the energy and faith within the song vibrate within me, then through me. By the end of the drive, I felt a healing. I did not feel alone, and I felt as if the wisdom of God was with me. To this day, when I hear that song, it reminds me of the great healing that took place that day. It was one of the primary experiences that started me on the path to remember my oneness with God and supported me in trusting my faith that was deep within me. Now, not only do I trust the power of affirmative, positive song, but I look to see how it can be a positive and harmonious as the music. I want music that touches and heals me. I want to support others in knowing that healing is always possible. I do this while taking to heart the words of Charles Fillmore. The world needs a new hymnal with words of truth only and music so strong and powerful that it will penetrate to the very center of the soul. And here's the practice. I invite you to create a playlist of powerful and healing music to yourself. Take time to reflect on some of the music that lifts your spirits and be conscious of the words within them. Do they build you up? Do they remind you of the power within you and in your life? Make sure you curate your positive playlist to include music that inspires you. Just the act of creating the playlist will make you more conscious of the music that really uplifts you. Then begin the practice of playing your positive playlist a few times a week. Take some time to reflect on how you feel after listening to your positive playlist and see how you could incorporate it into your life. Consider committing to playing it every time you are driving to work, on your way to the grocery store. In this way, you'll begin to have even more conscious relationship with the healing power of music in your life. P.S. To find some ready-made playlist of New Thought music, visit EM Power Music or arts at empowerma.com. And Reverend Juan Del Hero is Senior Minister at Unity on the Bay in Miami, Florida. Alright, we got a few more, guys. And here's this one. Laughter is medicine. As y'all have probably heard all your life, laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is medicine. Laughter soothes the soul. Since childhood, laughter has been my go-to for relief for emotional and physical challenges. I turn to the comic strips in the daily newspaper, where the hilarious escapades by the Dennis the Menace, Dagwood and Blondie, Kathy and the Peanuts gang tickled my funny bone. Most evenings, my mother and I would share a bowl of popcorn and lots of laughs while watching the Flintstones, All in the Family, the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, MASH, I Love Lucy, the Carol Burnett Show, the Red Skeleton Show, Rowan and Martin's Laugh In, the Golden Girls, Good Times, and other amazingly funny TV sitcoms. As a child, I actually felt as if I knew the characters and were part of the scenarios on the screen. On my first visit to New York City in my 30s, I saw someone I knew coming towards me as I crossed Fifth Avenue. As he got closer, I tried to make the connection. He patiently listened as I gave him clues to help us both remember how we knew each other, asking if he was in my high school class or maybe a neighbor from back home in Kansas. Every few seconds, he would look me in the eyes and calmly respond, "What's happening?" He must have repeated "what's happening" at least 5 times as I continued to name possibilities where our lives intersected. Finally, he put his hands on my shoulders, and I said, "I played Roger on What's Happening." Of course I knew him. Roger, his sister Dee, their friend Rerun, and their TV mama had been in my living room once a week. Passerby in New York were laughing as hard as we were. Years later, I still find myself laughing hysterically every time I recollect that experience. I could have succumbed to embarrassment, but instead I found humor in the whole situation. Not taking oneself too seriously is another healing property of laughter. Whether experiencing a toothache or a headache, I find laughter can be a cure. Today I record Saturday Night Live and other funny TV shows so that they're accessible when I need a good laugh. I watch at least one each night before I go to bed. Whenever I feel overwhelmed physically or emotionally, I turn to laughter and gain instant comic relief. There are thousands of different ways to heal one's mind, body, and spirit. Laughter is one of them. It relates to the unity principle that we create our experiences, but what we choose to think, feel, and believe. Finding something to laugh about despite challenges is a choice I make every day. These old comic strips and sitcoms that I used to love are still accessible, and I have added some new ones to my feel-good repertoire. Whenever you're feeling lost, alone, in physical or emotional distress, try a small dose of something that makes you laugh. Laughter can take your mind off your troubles and help you find inner peace when circumstances do not change. Even the ancients knew this. A merry heart does good, like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. Proverbs 17:22. Laughter is the best medicine. It releases endorphins and creates a sense of euphoria. So go ahead, LOL, and be well. And here's some practice. Here's a prescription for healing through laughter. Stop talking to yourself so seriously. Laugh at yourself and watch your stress level go down. Write down all the situations that make you laugh and make a point of doing one of those things every day. Notice how laughter is contagious. Start laughing for no apparent reason and see how quickly it catches on. Just like Yachty. Lord have mercy, guys. I'm sorry. Whew. When no one's around, practice different laughs out loud. Get into a good chuckle and notice how you feel. With practice, you feel less tense, more relaxed, and more peaceful. Search for funny stuff, jokes, stories, cartoons, TV shows, movies, and sources like YouTube, TikTok, podcast. Develop a laughter playlist. Join a laughter yoga workshop or class. Hum or sing a funny tune. Spend time with people who make you laugh. Phone a friend and share a funny experience. Learn a joke and tell it to as many people as you know. Telling it will lift your spirits and theirs. End your day with a smile. Watch a comedy on TV. Read a joke or a funny story. This is from Reverend Sandra Campbell, the Associate Minister at Unity Temple on the Plaza in Kansas City, Missouri, and Executive Director of Unity Urban Ministerial School. Alright, guys, and I think this one is the last one. Yes, this one is our last one, guys. So we went through almost all of it, and it hasn't been too massively long. So this one is our last one out of the Power of Healing, like Healing 1,000 Different Ways, Part 2. The first one was a couple months ago, or about a month ago. So if y'all have not read or heard the first one, please go back, because if you've heard this one and you haven't heard the first one, it goes hand in hand. We've read it all together. So this one is the very last one of this little book. And I hope you guys have enjoyed them so far. And hopefully I'll be able to get some more, or devotionals, or, whatever. I'm just trying to find something that is like real life lessons, real stories. And if it has Bible verses in it, then I think that's even better. That's just me, though. Okay, so this is our last one in this book, and it is called Unlocking the Power of Love. Unlocking the Power of Love. There's the picture. Alrighty, guys. By Reverend Ken Diego. Living in the heart of New York City amidst the whirlwind of the life I had always dreamed of and the financial success I had strived for, I found myself in the midst of a profound crisis. I felt like I was having a nervous breakdown. And through many of my friends would have confirmed that diagnosis, and instead of revealed itself to be a spiritual awakening, in moments of raw courage and vulnerability, I uncovered a truth that changed the course of my life. Outwardly, all seemed well: health, career, sobriety, and financial trumps. Yet the trappings of material success fell short of delivering true happiness and meaning, as I found myself experiencing despair and depression. A yearning for something deeper pulsed within me, an ache for genuine connection, and a partner to share life's profound journey. I sought out help in emotional healing and psychotherapy. In a pivotal session with my therapist, I defended my limitations and lack of choices. He was a wise God who uttered words that silenced through my defenses. Ken, it all boils down to whether you will let this good man love you. In an instant, a revelation unfurled. The unearthed, a pattern of denyings, love's entry into my own life, a pattern rooted in a sense of unworthiness and a tendency to withhold my love from others, ensnared by unrealistic expectations. It wasn't merely romantic love I withheld. I was withholding love from life itself, from institutions, religions, family, and most accurately, myself. I recognized that my thoughts and beliefs held dominion over my reality, shaping my emotions and actions. The wellspring of my sadness and despair resided within me, but so did the power to transform it. The revelation was love, love for the divine, love for others, love for self. I embarked on a journey of forgiveness, shedding resentments that bound me to my past. I fused the profound work of therapy and the joyful practice of positive psychology. Rediscovering the sheer pleasure of living in the moment, I embraced joy, laughter, and love with abandon, free from the shackles of reciprocity. Having long applied Unity's spiritual practices to nurture my physical health, I now extend their grace to my mental well-being. The results didn't materialize overnight, far from it. But as I did the work, they arrived bearing fruit. And that man, the one my therapist encouraged me to let love me 18 years ago, now stands as my husband and co-pilot in raising our 3 children. You needn't await a seismic life event to embark on your spiritual voyage. All you need is a crack in the facade, a glimpse of the truth that is always trying to break through. Today, science converges with ancient wisdom, affirming the profound influence of our thoughts and emotions on our physical and psychological well-being. New thought, spirituality, and positive psychology illuminate the path, unveiling positivity, happiness, and spirituality as a potent catalyst for health and success. Research reveals astonishing links. Joyous individuals wield robust immunity, experienced improved well-being, and show fewer object signs of illness. This life is your journey to vibrant health and boundless happiness. Embrace it. Alright, and then this one is our last practice of this. Excuse me. Our last practice of this booklet. Embrace the daily gift of infusing love, joy, and happiness into your life. A few minutes daily dedicated to spiritual practices can be a spark that ignites transformative change. Practice loving all parts of your body. You might try some affirmation while looking in the mirror. My body is amazing. It's a gift. I am beautiful. Get out in nature, even for a walk around the block. There is beauty all around you. Take the time to see it. Write an email to someone. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Before you answer the difficult emails, make sure you get a dose of positive emotion in your body. Forgive for good. There's no magic formula for forgiveness. You just have to do it. As the gospel teaches us, 70 times 7 times. Then watch the good grow in your life. Sing a song out loud. Research shows that singing makes you happy. Dance like no one's watching, just because it's fun. Spend at least 5 minutes each day in meditation. There's nothing more potent than meditation to reduce stress and empower your success. Reverend Ken Diego is senior minister at Unity San Francisco in California. So there is a Unity in California, Miss Julie. I don't know if it's anywhere close to you, but there is one. And that was this book, guys. We read them all. It had 65 pages, and we split it right down the middle. And this is what we just went over. We just went over the whole entire book. I don't know why that's doing that. I don't know if that's any better or not. Whoa. Anyway, we just went over the whole book. We went over the whole entire book, guys. The whole book. Healing 1,000 different ways. We just went over the whole book. Alright, guys. Well, see, I try not to make them too long. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that was, I liked them. I thought they were really good, very informative, very useful information. I'm hoping that, you know, these little stories, be able to help somebody along the way. You know, just bringing support to these stories. And, you know, I think they're good little stories. And like I said, we have Spiritual Wisdom Pets that are coming back. I don't know if it's next week or the week before, or the week after, I'm sorry. Yeah, next Tuesday we are doing a live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on alcoholism. We are doing it next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on alcoholism. Hello, Misty Rose. Good to see you, sweetheart. I hope you are well, darling. So, and I will be having co-hosts. I already have it set up. I've already talked to them. So that way they know ahead of time. I try to plan it out, especially if I'm having co-host up here. So we will be doing a live on, like alcoholism. What is alcoholism? Bringing support to that, bringing awareness to that and information and like better understanding. Like I said, that is next Tuesday. I have 2 co-hosts that I invited to come up. And after I go over the information, to come up and explain their side of, of the disease and what they think about it, and might be able to help somebody along the way. So my 2 co-hosts is actually Mr. A or Bradley, and the other one is Tony. So like I said, I've already been in contact with them. I asked them if they would be willing to come up and, come up and, share anything that they would like to share, about alcoholism, because we both know they drink. That goes without saying, but I thought maybe they could come up here and share their story, or, just tell whatever they would like to maybe help somebody else better understand it, maybe help somebody get some help if they need it or something like that. And we have never done a live like that before, but I think those type of lives are really good, especially if you have people that come up and, kind of explain their story or what they think of it. Like a couple months ago, we did compassion fatigue. Well, I went over the information, and Mr. A, or Bradley or Bentley or whatever y'all call him, Nacho Libre, he's got a bunch of different names. Anyway, I asked him to come up on panel because he's actually the one that introduced me to the compassion fatigue. And he said he didn't care not one bit to come up. So when I went over the info, and the live's still there, guys, if y'all want to go back and watch it. Anyway, when I went over the info, I asked him, if he had any thoughts on it. And he told, a little bit what he thought. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing next Tuesday. Like I said, alcoholism, like understanding alcoholism, and see, because I don't know nothing about it, so I'm going to be learning. But it's great because I'm going to have, I've already got it scheduled for some people to come up and explain their side, explain why they drink, or explain, what's going on, any explanation to help somebody else. That's what these lives are all about. Like, karaoke's fun and stuff, but I'm talking about these important lives that you don't hear people talk about at all because it's hush-hush. I mean, you see not a whole lot of people come in here and watch these, but I still, if I could just be a difference in somebody's life and be supportive and let them know they're not alone, that means the world to me, just being able to help somebody, to help somebody, let them know that they're not alone, and we're supported over here. That means a lot. I've been doing this for almost 3 years, guys. And if you guys ever need anybody to talk to, no questions asked. I don't judge, and I don't go running and tell anybody. If you need a friend, a true friend to talk to, I'm here for you guys, like, wholeheartedly. Even if you just want to message me and vent, I might not understand what you're going through, but you know what? I could be a friend, and I can give you lifting words and try to help you calm down. There's many, many, many times, and I'm just using this as an example, so please don't get upset. But there's many, many, many times that a dear friend of mine, she wanted to go off on her work, and like I said, I don't say names, but she knows who she is. But she wanted to go off on her work, and she said, "Girl, message me. I need to calm down. Message me." So I messaged her. I sent her words of encouragement. I sent her little silly, pictures that kind of calm her down and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just, just little things like that. Just be a difference and let people know that you care and that you're supported, your supportive system, and, you're not alone. And that's what it's all about, guys. I mean, I love the karaoke, don't get me wrong. And I know a lot of people come over to do the karaoke. But, wholeheartedly, I started this channel on mental health and being a supportive and awareness. And we're still doing it. We might be doing supportive and, like, motivation and positivity and stuff like that through the karaoke. But, I mean, honestly, when I first started this channel was straight on mental health. That was it. And I added that twist to it to bring, more good vibes and kind of just lift people up, because music does make you feel better. So we might cover, well-being. We might be covering stories. We might be covering mental health, motivation, encouragement. There's just all kinds of good things to cover over here. And like I said, most of you guys know, since day one, I'm not like anybody on YouTube. I'm me. And I know my channel is a lot different than others. We'll just put it like that without saying names, because I'm not like that. But, I'm true to my word. And if you guys need somebody to talk to, I'm wholeheartedly here. I really am. No questions asked. Not at all. I've been doing this for almost 3 years. And honestly, I don't do it for the money, because honestly, I don't make much. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Excuse me. There's many, many, many months that there's many, many, many months that me and Rebel has not been paid through YouTube. So we definitely don't do it for the money. And unfortunately, if you do super chats or stuff like that, then YouTube takes 30%, and you have to make at least $100 before they even pay you. And even if you make the threshold, which is $100 or more, they don't pay you till the following month. So there's many, 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 many months that we have not got paid, because we don't do it for the money. You know, we're appreciative, but we honestly don't do it. We're not like normal YouTubers, you know, and I'm not saying all YouTubers are like that, but the ones that have been around for a while and our business people are like that. But we're not. So we're very appreciative just for the support y'all come in here and, you know, just being there for us. It really means a lot. It's warmed my heart. I know it warms Rebel's heart. Lisa, you're fine, sweetheart. I know a lot of people have, you know, lives of their own, you know, and that comes first. I understand that. I completely do, honey. You got to take care of, you got to definitely take care of your, you know, life responsibilities before you ever do anything fun or come over and get awareness or anything like that. Yeah, you did start coming over here for mental health. And then I pulled your leg because you're like, Becca, I will never come up and sing karaoke. I'm like, girl, you got the voice for it. Come on. Get your booty up here. And now look at her. She comes up here and sings beautifully. It's just, you know, I like to be a motivational person. I am not a therapist or a counselor. I don't claim to be, but I just love to lift people up. I love to encourage people. I love to put smiles on people's face and let them know that they're supported and they're loved. That just warms my heart more than anything. To know that I could be a difference in somebody's life. I'm telling you, it's just an amazing feeling. It really is. It really is. And that's what it's all about, guys. Yep, and Lisa said, absolutely not. I'm not coming up there. I'm like, yes, you are. Get your booty up here, girl. Get your booty up here. And guess what? I'll eventually get Julie up here, too. And Beagle Mom. And Summer Thunder. Mm-hmm. Don't y'all go there with me. I've talked a couple people into to come up and singing, and now look at them. So don't even go there with me. But, I mean, honestly, guys, I'm just playing. But honestly, it just warms my heart to be a difference in somebody's life. And let them know that people are cared and loved for and supported over here. That means more than me than anything. And that actually, I mean, I have so much mental health. And I know you guys have said this many, many, many times. Or I have, I'm sorry. There's... People are so judgmental. So quick to judge. Like the other day I was talking about my mental health. I mean, honestly, and some of the ladies know this. But I was talking about my mental health the other day. And they said, what? You have all that wrong with you? And I'm like, yeah, the doctor don't lie. I've got it on medical records. And I'm on a buttload of psych meds and just all kinds of stuff. But anyway. And they said, I would never knew in a million years that you suffered. That you suffered with that stuff. I said, absolutely. And they said, you mask it real well. See, this is me that you're hearing. But I just try to hide. Well, I mean, I guess you could say mask, whatever. And, you know, my hurt. But if my demons came out from the mask, I would scare myself. Because I have that much trauma and that much hurt and sadness and all that that's been building up in my life. And now that I'm happy, it's just like I'm trying to put it on the back burner, but it creeps its ugly head very, very, very many times, especially when it's quiet. But yeah, people are so quick to judge, and it drives me crazy. Don't be so judgmental of people. You don't know what people are going through. I've always said that after my life, and you guys know this. You know, you don't know. Just because somebody looks normal in your eyes does not mean that they ain't suffering on the inside. Does not mean that they don't have like an invisible illness, which I've covered that too in the past. It doesn't mean that. That's why you have to be kind to one another, because you really don't know what somebody's going through or what they've been through in their life. You know, kindness goes a long way, and kindness doesn't cost anything. You know, being a difference in somebody's life doesn't cost nothing. Just being a good, genuine human being. and telling people that you're there for them, and willing to take time to listen. That's a big key. Some people will sit down with others, but they won't really listen to what they have to say. And that's really heartbreaking, because what if you was that only person that took a chance but didn't even listen to what they were saying? And so, I mean, I'm not saying, but I mean, what if that person unalived themselves or something because nobody gave them a chance to actually listen to what they had to say? They would sit with them, act like they were listening to them, because I've seen it many times, act like they were listening to them because they were a burden to them. Don't let somebody be a burden, or don't feel like somebody's a burden to you because they're reaching out and want to talk to you. That means that they're asking, basically crying for help. That means that they want a friend to talk to. That means that the way you look and the way you act, that they trust you, that can come up to you and talk to you about whatever. Take time to listen, guys. I mean, it really, it might be something silly, but to them it's not silly. You know what I'm saying? Like, take time to listen to people. Don't just sit beside them and ignore them, what they're saying, you know? It's crazy. It's a crazy world that we live in, and that's why I said, just please be kind to one another. I mean, really. I mean, it's truly heartbreaking to see somebody pass away or somebody unalive themselves because nobody would take time to listen to them. Nobody would say, hey, I'm your friend, and mean it, and be supportive and listen. Listening goes a long way. Like I said, I'm there for you guys wholeheartedly. If y'all ever need somebody to talk to, I might not understand what you're going through, but I can be a friend. I can listen to you, and I can let you guys know, that it's going to be okay, and give you words of encouragement and let you know that I'm here for you. Those words mean a lot to somebody if they're going through something. I'm here for you, and I mean it. It's really true. Definitely, it really is. Listening to you guys, Lord have mercy. Lord, I couldn't change my furniture around, I'd break a hip. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming in here. I really do. I know these lives, people shy away from them. But, the show must go on. So if I can touch a couple hearts and let people know that they're supported over here with little stories, or we're pulling up information to bring awareness to something, or, just whatever the case may be, if we could be a difference in somebody's life, it really means a lot. It really does. And I appreciate the 11 people that have hit the like. I really do. Y'all didn't have to be here and hang out with me and listen to the stories, but I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I don't do these for the numbers or the subs or money or anything like that. I just do this because I want to be a difference in somebody's life. Be a positive change. Be a supportive change. It's heartbreaking when you see others and they don't have nobody, and they don't know what to do, and they don't feel like they can talk to nobody. Well, trust me, you are welcome here, and you are more than willing to reach out to any of us. We're here for you wholeheartedly. We don't judge, and, we love each other like a family, like a little small community. So, I really appreciate you guys coming in here. I love you guys. I know I was talking, but I thought that was very important and what I needed to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little booklet that we went over together. And I like doing that because, like I said, I'm not, I've I didn't read them, so we was honestly reading them together. So I was sharing them with you guys. I was also learning them myself. And I like that because, you know, we're learning together. So I hope y'all enjoyed the Healing 1,000 Different Ways Part 2. Like I said, Part 1 is a couple weeks ago or about a month ago, something like that. You can always go back and rewatch it, and so that way you can put them all together, all the stories together. Like I said, there will be a Part 2 of the Spiritual Wisdom of Pets. It's not next Tuesday, but I believe it's the following Tuesday. Don't quote me, I might be wrong, but I think I've already got it set up. Not next Tuesday, because next Tuesday is for alcoholism. I think it's the following Tuesday where we talk about the spiritual wisdom of pets, which is the same little stories. They're just talking about pets. Who's a hoarder? I'm reading y'all's. Well, prayers, and I think, I mean, in my opinion, I think people that hoarder, I might be wrong, but this is just me, because we're all about opinions here. I think people that hoarder, it's considered like a mental condition, a mental illness. That's just me, though. I think I've went over it before, but if I haven't, that would be a good topic to go over. Excuse me. There's several topics that I have went through in the almost 3 years of doing this channel. But if there's anything in specific that you want me to go over, please let me know. I will write it down and I will pull up more information on it. I don't care not one bit. The more we can get support out there and awareness to these things, I think the better off, you know, we'll be as in helping others, you know. Miss Julie said, I'll help sell her junk. Oh, Lord have mercy. But I really appreciate y'all coming in here. I love each and every one of you guys. I always say this before I go. You never know what people are going through. Just what I said a few minutes ago. What they've been through in their life. What they're currently going through. Be kind to one another. It doesn't cost nothing to be kind to somebody. Lift each other up. Be there for one another. Support one another. Be a difference in somebody's life. And take time to listen. Don't be no better than nobody, because nobody's better than nobody. But be a better person than you was yesterday. Be a difference. People always remember what you said to them and what you've done for them. So I love you guys. I will see you guys. Let's see. I think Rebel has a live either tomorrow night or the next night on Rebel's channel. He hasn't went live on that channel in a minute. He's got, I think he's going to be talking about the JFK story. That is on, I think, Thursday night. Don't quote me. I might be wrong. But I think it is Thursday night on Rebel's channel. Not the White Trash. On Rebel's channel. I said, baby, you ain't went live on that one in a minute. So he actually has one set up over there. So y'all go over there and give him some support when he goes live on that one. And we will see you guys Friday and Saturday for the bonfire. One Hit Wonders. And Saturday for the concert of, I think it's Brooks and Dunn. I might be wrong, but I think it's Brooks and Dunn. And then, of course, we have our karaoke every Friday and Saturday. So, I love you guys. I hope y'all have a lovely night. Make sure y'all say prayers for one another. And, you know, just lift each other up. Be there for one another. Take time to listen. And much love to y'all. I couldn't do what I do without all you amazing, precious people. And I truly mean that from my heart. So, I love you guys. I hope y'all have a lovely night. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I love y'all. And I will see you guys later. See ya. Don't stay. Don't stay. Don't stay.
love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't stop, just live it up.